everyone, and welcome back to Lauren's Take. Okay, so here's the second video that I'm filming today. I am going to be doing my wrap up for February. It wasn't as many books as I read in January. I read 8 books in January. I think in total in February I only read about 5. But that again is because the school year picked up or the semester picked up and it got crazy, so I wasn't able to read as much. But in March I plan on reading a lot more. But yeah, we're just going to get right into it. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and let's get into it. All right, first up, the first book that I finished in February was Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. This story was so intense. It was like so many things meeting the other thing. It was kind of like a little bit of what is it? They say it's like Hunger Games meets Bachelor meets all these other things. And I definitely get that. It was really intense. Black female main author, black female main character. The story was just so twisted and you weren't expecting it. It had so many plot twists. I really enjoyed the novel very much through. The only problem I had with it was kind of like the end. I think the end was just like and it took a little while for it to kind of pick up, but it only took like 30-40 pages for it to kind of really get going, because I started it in January but I didn't finish it till like February 3rd or so. But even with all that said, I really enjoyed it. So hope you all definitely check that one out. Next up, I read the third and final book in the Flights and Feelings series, called One More Shot by Anise Starr. So in January, I read One Week in Paradise, which is the first book in the series. Last year, I read One Last Job, which is the second book in the series. And One More Shot finally was published actually in January, I believe. Yeah, I think it was published in January, so I was able to read it on Kindle, and I absolutely loved it. At first, I was getting a little annoyed with our two main characters, because I think it was just kind of like, they just kept going back and forth over kind of stuff that was just like, whatever. But eventually, we got really into it, and I just really loved their love story. I thought it was just so cute. It was so beautiful. And I was definitely swooning at many parts. So that ended up being really good. So definitely check out One More Shot by Anise Starr. All right, next I read one of those romance novels that I told y'all I was reading. I don't know why my voice was getting weird like that, but anyway, it was called Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop. This is another book that I found on Kindle, or that I read on Kindle and found on Amazon. I really enjoyed this one. It was really scandalous, and at first I was going to put it down because it was just like, literally they were just buddies, you know, wink wink situation for like this week, because they were, the main character was the sister of the bride and the ex of the groom. And then the male love interest, or her love interest, was the best friend of the groom, but he had a thing for her when she was dating the groom. And it was just weird. It was a lot of random drama in this novel, so I think I gave it like 3-4 stars, because it was just meh, but it was good. By the end of it, I was like, ooh, okay. But it was absolutely one of the more scandalous novels I've read. It was out there, okay? So if you're willing to read that and gotta get through that, is your thing. I enjoyed it, but I definitely went to a YA afterwards, and I'll tell y'all which one that was, because it was a lot. And I was like, okay, I need a little break from this. But it was still really good overall. I finished it pretty quickly because I couldn't put it down, even with all the drama and all the just annoying parts of it, but yeah. Next up, I read this novel called Finding Jupiter by Khalees Rowe. This story was so cute. I had been wanting to find like a YA where it was like a black love YA. I hadn't been able to find one in a while. And this one was just really sweet with Jupiter. I mean, she went by Ray in the story, but her real name was Jupiter. And then the guy that she was with is, I think, yeah, his name was Orion. And these two were just so sweet and so heartfelt. I just really loved this story. I thought it was just really just innocent, and it was just, you know, kind of the love at first sight kind of thing. I don't know if they'll last, because it was like this kind of summer fling situation. But then they realized that their histories were really entangled. And they had no idea. So that added some extra drama at the end. But I overall really enjoyed the story. I thought it was really good. And yeah, I really liked being able to have a little black love situation for a YA novel. I thought it was really cute and really great. So yeah. All right, finally, the last book that I read in February was a book that I read for class, and it was Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. It's a book. It's a book. The cover is just weird. That's why I just kind of did this and like took it out, because I didn't mind it, you know. As an English major, it was kind of like I respect it as an English major, but as a person who loves reading just books just for fun and whatnot, it wasn't my fave. Hemingway is just Hemingway. I'm not a big fan of Hemingway, for those who didn't know. He's just a man writing, and it's just, yeah. It's just he just does things that I'm just like, was this necessary? But overall, I like the ending, which is funny because the ending's sad, but like, I respect the ending, you know, and I respect it as a modern novel, because I've learned that I like modern texts, as I've gone through my English major my English major days as a college student. So it's fine, but it's Hemingway. So take that with what you will, you know. I think that's the same, but yeah. That was the last book that I read in February, though. Alright, so that was a really quick video, but I just wanted to kind of talk to y'all about all the books that I did read in February. Again, I'm already planning on reading more books in March. I've already read 2, so it's going to be good to talk about that in April when I finish out the month. But yeah, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't give it a thumbs down, that's just rude. Also subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already, and I shall see y'all in the next one. Okay, bye.